Right now, NBC 26 live at 10. A robbery at a business in Appleton. Police still searching for the suspect. Plus, they might make good Christmas gifts, but experts say be careful before buying a gift card. And even with his busy schedule, NBC 26 sat down with Santa Claus before he took off from the North Pole. But happening now, police in Appleton looking for a suspect who they say robbed a business last night, leaving with an unknown amount of cash. NBC 26's Max Grossfeld has that story.
People who work on the 2400 block of West College Avenue say they generally find it safe.
It's one of the least things that I would have expected coming in this area.
Employees of U-Break iFix say they thought the alarm was tripped accidentally and were surprised when they found out this morning it was an armed robbery.
It was pretty intriguing, and knowing that the fact that it was an armed robbery is a little mind-boggling at the time.
Unerdal isn't alone. Employees of other nearby businesses couldn't believe the robbery, which happened in the early evening just before 6:30, had happened either.
Me, I was shocked. I didn't really know what to do if, they came in here.
Officers are still looking for the robber. If you have any information, you're asked to contact Appleton Police, or you can remain anonymous using their app. Keeping you connected in Appleton, Max Grossfeld, NBC 26.
And both the Appleton and Grand Chute officers responded to this incident. Officials in Waupaca County say one person is in the hospital after a crash today. They say it happened in the town of Farmington when a sports vehicle heading eastbound on Highway 10 hit a culvert on the median. It then hit a sedan heading west on the highway before ending up in the ditch. The driver of the sports vehicle was sent to Theta Care in Neenah. A crash in Waushara County left one person dead today. Officials say a Ford F-350 was heading south on I-39 at mile marker 137 near Plainfield when the driver lost control and landed into a ditch. After the vehicle overturned, the driver was ejected. Officials say they were transported to a Marshfield hospital. Well, the busiest day for Santa is upon us as he gets ready to head out and drop off those presents. Gino Recchia checked out his itinerary. Gino, where's he at right now?
He's pretty close, a little bit just to the south of us over the Central America, at least with the latest information that we're having from NORAD. Starting to drop off presents from Panama. Eventually, it will be making its way up to the central part of the United States and here into Green Bay. But I think Santa is going to be wanting to drop down those presents very quickly and get out of here because we got very chilly air heading in here behind the storm system. You could tell by some wind chills. I'll have the full details coming up.
He's got a lot to do. Thank you so much, Gino. And many people do say gift cards make the easiest Christmas presents, but according to some reports, it can also be pretty risky. Many times, gift cards have already been hacked before you even buy them. There are also ways to stop that from happening, though, like buying gift cards online instead of store racks. And if you do buy them in person, get them from behind the counter. Also, use a credit card for payment instead of a debit card or cash, and change the security code as soon as you buy it. Now, Christmas trees are normally where people find their Christmas presents in the morning, but one Northeast Wisconsin family is now making it their mission to help people find that special tree for tomorrow morning. Here's a story from Luxembourg.
Okay, do a little push. Oh, here we go, Timber.
Meet the McDonoughs.
Timber!
Just a year ago, they took over what is now the Bayview Tree Farm in Luxembourg.
I just liked it because it was this big.
And the inspiration behind their business all started from home.
We started our own family tradition of going out and cutting our own Christmas tree, and we've loved it. We've been doing it since we've had our kids, the boys love it, and we really just wanted to create those lasting memories for other families as well.
They knew it was a risk.
I think you only live once, and this is something that I really wanted to do. So we kind of took a chance.
Now that chance is paying off.
It really is rewarding to see these families creating their lasting memories.
Opening weekend, we saw this family. It was probably a group of 10 people going down one of the lanes. We saw them throwing a football back and forth, and it just put a smile on my face.
Now they're putting a smile on other people's faces for the holiday season.
If we're going to do something, we want it to be something we enjoy and something that we can try to bring joy to other people as well.
A family spreading the joy this Christmas, and some people still haven't put those wrapped presents under a tree yet. Hundreds stopping by the Fox River Mall in Appleton for some last-minute shopping, trying to find that special gift. But one shopper we spoke with says despite the last-minute rush, everything went smoothly.
People were relatively polite. It was pretty nice in there. Not too bad, not too crowded. A good day.
And people we spoke with say while last-minute shopping can be stressful, what makes it fun is the people watching. And still ahead on NBC 26 Live at 10, we had a little chat with Santa before he took off from the North Pole. See what he had to say after the break. But first, what's the weather going to look like for the rest of the weekend? Your forecast up next. Welcome back. So not everyone can meet Santa and get an up-close look at the North Pole. So we here at NBC 26 decided to bring you the North Pole. Here's Shane Gustafson with the story.
It's a trip to the North Pole in Kaukauna.
I'm actually out of room. I tell my neighbors if they want to sell me their house, I could take it down and just expand.
Thousands of Christmas lights in sync with each other. Decorations made by hand. They fill Troy Campbell's yard each year. It's his way of giving back after a drunk driver nearly took his life.
Looking at other people in that hospital, children's hospital, who are a lot worse shape than us, I said, you know what, I'm going to make a difference and I'm going to provide them with what they need at the holiday time. So it kind of spring-loaded after that.
The focus is those kids, especially ones like his own with disabilities.
I see children come here every year that are disabled who are shunned by other children their age. So we want to make sure that when they come here, they do not feel like they're left out. Because many of the children haven't even been invited to birthday parties.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas! The price to see Santa is only a smile.
We want to provide an experience where pictures with Santa's free, come into the displays free. The only thing we ask is to have a nice time.
Campbell says he brings about 7,000 visitors to his house each weekend. Interacting with them has become a family tradition.
When I'm just standing around and I see all the kids' faces, expressions, the parents' expressions of everything we do here, this just brings so much joy to everybody.
But of course, it's a lot of work. The family starts setting up the decorations in April. It never really stops after that.
You got like animals that'll eat the wires and people trip over stuff or something trips and I gotta quick get it fixed and all that.
It's all for a tradition that this family says will live on in Northeast Wisconsin.
I don't do this because I have to, I do because I want to.
I'll be continuing after he's gone. I'll be continuing the tradition for us all.
Reporting in Kaukauna, I'm Shane Gustafson, NBC 26.
And now, your Storm Shield forecast from NBC 26.
Well, Santa's getting pretty close to the United States right now, just by El Salvador, moving up towards the north as it gets into some colder air. So Santa's probably starting to bundle up because we are going to be talking about some very chilly air. It looks like Santa will be arriving sometime after midnight for Northeast Wisconsin. For some of you kiddos are wondering, but remember, you have to go to bed. Santa won't come to your doorstep unless you are sleeping. And then tomorrow morning, you get to open up all the wonderful presents. Also today, some nice and fluffy snowfall came down, brought in a light dusting to as much as a ½ inch. Not as much that would cause much of an inconvenience, but pleasant to see on top of the current snowpack that we currently have. 18 degrees right now in Green Bay. Wind chill, 5 degrees. And guess what? That is just a precursor of what's yet to come. We got very chilly air moving in here behind a cold front that's departing. And we got 19 in Oshkosh, 20 degrees down in Fond du Lac, 18 in Sheboygan, and then Appleton, you're at 18 degrees this evening. You factor in those winds at about 5 to 12 miles per hour, and you're seeing wind chill factors down into the single digits, and even perhaps some of us below the 0 degree mark, and it's going to be much colder for the next 36 to 48 hours, hence why we have a wind chill advisory for everyone in Northeast Wisconsin, except Menominee County in the UP of Michigan. You folks are not under any advisory, but don't worry, you will be getting cold just as bad, not as intense as the rest of us, as you can tell here with our Futurecast wind chills. Look at how cold it gets. By tomorrow morning, we'll be feeling temperatures into minus 20 to minus 30 wind chills, getting even colder as the night progresses. It looks like Tuesday morning will be quite brutal. It will be cold as we're heading. Just a perfect time to head back to work. Here's some minus 20 to minus 30 wind chills, right? We do have a little bit improving conditions, but we have to wait until Wednesday for that to occur. Also, let's take a look at the radar. We did have some light snow showers, few passing flurries. That looks to be on and off for the rest of the evening and overnight period, but no more accumulations. That has since moved out of the area, and now parts of the eastern part of Michigan dealing with some lake effect snow showers, even parts of the UP. That will continue with that cold air mass sinking right through the area. But as for us, sunshine. That is all we will deal with for the next few days. So if there's any glimmer of hope and some good news, at least we'll have some sunshine, although it will be feeling very cold. Make sure to dress up appropriately because we could get wind chills with that cold, frostbite as quick as half hour. So definitely bundle up. For tonight, we drop down into the single digits, and it looks like we won't be warming up by much by tomorrow, struggling to even reach the teens. Winds out of the northwest at about 15 to 25 miles per hour. That'll make those wind chill values down into the single digits to even minus teens to minus 20s at times. Tuesday, the coldest day, minus 3, and then we slowly warm up with some snowfall later by the end of the work week, with Thursday into Friday. Looks like a couple inches at most, and then back down into the single digits. So we are ending 2017 on a very, very chilly note.
And just to all the kids out there, you know, they can get a lesson from Santa to bundle up like he is.
Absolutely. You know, Santa knows it well because he's cruising at like 30,000 feet where it's like minus 40 degrees. So he has something to share with the little ones.
All right, listen up, kids. Thank you so much, Gino. And before Santa took off, we did sit down with him, picked his brain. Check it out after the break. And our 12th day of Christmas countdown. We're almost there, just one day away. And there's no doubt about it, there's no question, Santa has a lot of stops to make. But before he took off to his trip around the world, he sat down with our very own Marissa DiCandido from his workshop at the North Pole.
Hi everyone, it's an exciting night. Santa is here. I'm at the North Pole and he is getting ready to take off on his trip around the world. So Santa, are you excited to get out there once again this year?
Always excited. It's a thrill ride.
What's your favorite part about this wonderful night?
Taking off from a house with happy children. I know we're going to be there in the morning. Very good.
What is your favorite cookie when you go into a house? Do you have a cookie?
Yes,
Favorite cookie?
Oatmeal and raisin. Oh, no question about it.
Good to know. So kids, oatmeal and raisin cookies, that is Santa's favorite. And what can children do to ensure that they'll get a lot of gifts under the tree this year?
Be good, and especially listen to Mom. You always listen to Dad, but sometimes you ignore Mom, and that isn't a good thing to do.
You heard it here, kids, straight from Santa. Have a wonderful and Merry Christmas, everyone. Here at the North Pole, keeping you connected with Santa, I'm Marissa DiCandido for NBC 26.
And of course, getting around the world isn't easy. Santa gets a lot of help from his reindeer, who actually get some training here at a farm in Wisconsin. Here's John Erickson with the story.
When it feels like the North Pole in northeast Wisconsin, it feels like home for reindeer. That's according to
John Phillips. I'm the head elf.
The reindeer visiting Howard from Hartford.
We have a small hobby farm about an hour and 45 minutes south of here where we raise, breed, and teach reindeer how to fly.
That flying will be tested soon.
When Santa's ready for him, he comes down and picks him up.
And young Michaela is watching.
What's your favorite reindeer?
Wera. The farm, called Reindeer Games, takes the reindeer on tour around Wisconsin to see families like this one.
Parker and Hudson are our grandsons, and they're particularly interested in how Santa gets here. We told them that Santa brought these reindeer because they were practicing.
The reindeer shed their antlers every year. This is a male set, and John with the Reindeer Games Farm says it only takes them about 5 or 6 months to grow them. Both male and female reindeer grow the antlers.
Out of the imagination and into the Christmas time photo before their showtime comes on Christmas Eve.
The pictures that we hold tight. I don't think she's...
And Santa's helpers right in our backyard indeed. Well, that's going to do it for me on Christmas Eve, but we're not done yet. Chris Barrier is here with a Sports Rewind coming up next.